Let me see.
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning.
All right. I like your mask, Heather.
Gotta have the swag on everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
Make
I think we'll
people
give
laugh.
it another couple minutes for people to come hang out. I don't think I've worn my Remax mask yet.
I like it a lot.
They're definitely comfortable.
Yeah, they are. I don't feel like I'm suffocating with it on. I can talk.
Yeah, we can breathe through it.
Yeah.
All right, for those who are here already, I would like to make this as interactive as possible. So feel free to comment, write in the chat, anything like that. It might be new information for some of you. It might be kind of repeating information for others. But if you have any tips or tricks or questions, go ahead and write it in the chat, or just, talk during this thing as well. Few more minutes. Is there anyone who does not have a Facebook business page just yet for real estate?
I'm proud of you.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, I'll do that.
All right. Hi, Anne. How are you?
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
All right. Okay, well, like I had said before, to those who are just joining us, I want to make this as interactive as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask during this whole thing. You can write them in the chat or anything like that, as well as people who might already know this. It might be more of a refresher course. Please feel free to share with the group any tips and tricks they might have when it comes to navigating Facebook and their Facebook business pages, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get started. I want to share a couple resources I have with you guys. These are resources I've used, kind of through college, and then, getting into more of a marketing role in terms of, navigating Facebook in general, as well as, getting information on, who is on Facebook, what are the demographics of Facebook, when's the best time to post, all that good stuff. Because all that does change pretty frequently, I would recommend, paying attention to what dates certain things were published on these websites. Because you do want the most up-to-date information as well. So I'm going to share my screen with anybody. And if I'm talking too fast, or if anybody wants me to go back over things, please feel free to go ahead and tell me to slow down or rewind. So the first resource I want to share with everybody here is going to be Hootsuite. So Hootsuite is a platform that is available to the public to sign up for and use as kind of a marketing plan for all your social media. Now, I use it mainly for their blog posts and a lot of the information that they provide to the general public about what data they've collected about who's on Facebook and all that good stuff. They recently came out with this article in 2021, and it goes over social media trends and how COVID and everything like that affected who was using social media, how social media was being utilized, and obviously Facebook was a big player. You can watch a video, you can read the report, but it basically goes over how brands kind of adapted to what was going on and started posting different stuff and engaging with different audiences. Facebook is a growing platform. More and more people continue to use it every year. But who is on Facebook and when people are on Facebook is changing. And going back to Joe's state of the market, the demographic on Facebook is the demographic that is currently buying houses and then moving into purchasing homes, stuff along those lines. So it's nice to be able to utilize that. And this all pertains to your business page, but also your personal page as well. Hootsuite does have shareable things for you to put out there to your audience and just content in general that you can share to, interact with people, all that good stuff. So the next thing Hootsuite does kind of go over, this was 2021 as well. Facebook, their ad revenue grew. So that's really exciting. More and more people are using Facebook as an advertising medium. We aren't going to go necessarily into advertising during this, but I just want to let you know that it's there. It is growing. And when you decide to do, create advertisements or boost your own posts, Facebook's a great way to do so, especially with new listings and stuff like that. It goes beyond just, you have your mailers that you send out and then, people in your sphere and as referrals. But this is, going to give you the ability to reach a whole new audience, which is going to be, again, great to source leads from. So this kind of goes over, who's using Facebook, when they're using Facebook. This goes into 2020. Facebook did kind of decline a little bit, and then it's going back up again with people using the platform more. And then Facebook also sharing stuff with Instagram. And we'll go over that a little bit later. People do use Facebook on a daily basis. People tend to log in earlier in the day rather than later in the day. And this information can kind of help you plan out the content you want available to your sphere and your people. And then I'm going to go into another another resource that I use. It's called Social Sprout. Social Sprout is similar to Hootsuite in terms of they are a business that you are able to contract and post through. But Facebook does have a ton of the same amenities on their business page and through their business suite. It's, it lets you view insights, all that good stuff, but, Facebook already has that. It's just another way to look at it. So Social Sprout offers similar things like data and information on who's using Facebook, when they're using Facebook and all that good stuff. And you can search by the industry, like the real estate industry. and it gives you templates and all that stuff to maybe, you know, get those creative juices flowing in terms of what you want to post and who's going to be looking at your posts. You know, beyond just posting listings and like updated homes, but just general pieces of information for you to be able to interact with your audience. This is a big one right here. These are the demographics of people using Facebook right now. This is definitely something to take in consideration because, you know, demographics do change, but it's a good way to target your audience, you know, more and more in terms of creating content. So I'm going to take a minute and stop. Does anybody have any questions on how to access, you know, this kind of information?
Because I had overshot the estimate by like 20 grand.
So this is all going to be in my presentation. You'll be able to access the links. I would recommend, you know, going through and playing with some of the information, you know, reading everything. Like I said before, make sure you pay attention to when the article was published. This kind of, you know, social media changes pretty rapidly and you want to make sure you have relevant information. So I'm going to start sharing my screen again with everybody. And we're going to kind of go over what I'd like to be able to reach, you know, during this whole conversation. Again, if anybody has any tips or tricks, please feel free to go ahead and share with the group. You know, again, some of this might be new information for some of you and some of it might be a little bit repetitive, but all is good. So this is what we're going to kind of look into going into. I want to talk about uploading your photos, uploading native videos, make sure you're uploading them in a user-friendly way for your audience to be able to reach, as well as, you know, using Facebook to its fullest potential in terms of sharing it to different platforms you might have, like Booge and Instagram, all that good stuff. And this is going to be like very basic in terms of, you know, maybe boosting a post. But like I said before, Ad Center is a whole nother universe, and we can go into that maybe in another class. So these are all the resources that I just shared with everybody here. I will make all the links for you to be able to click on once we're done. So you can just hop right into Hootsuite or Social Sprout. They do have emails that you guys can sign up for as well. That'll provide information for you to, you know, access when you need to, but it's all Googleable. So we're going to talk numbers really quick in terms of who's using Facebook. Facebook is a global thing, obviously, but you are able to target your audience when you are posting and boosting your posts on your Facebook business page. You can pick a certain radius, a certain demographic within, you know, maybe only male or something like that. So the usage of Facebook ebbs and flows, but people are continuing to log on and utilizing it daily. Majority of Facebook users are using Facebook through their phone. And I would like everyone to keep that in mind when it comes to creating content beyond going, you know, beyond posting listings and all that. People are looking at Facebook on their phone. So, you know, maybe having something a little less wordy and a little more image related is going to be better to engage with your audience and catch people's eyes as well. So this is what your Facebook business page is going to look like. Does everybody here have a Facebook business page?
I do.
Okay. So hopefully everybody has that. If not, I'd be more than happy to walk you through creating one. But this is going to kind of share more information in terms of what your Facebook business page has. When you are accessing your Facebook business page and getting ready to kind of get set up, Facebook does offer like classes you can take that'll walk you through the whole process and what you need to include and all that good stuff, which is an awesome resource for everyone to be able to use. So this is what it's gonna look like. So this is gonna help you create a page. You don't, you know, it is important to have a business page in addition to your personal page, and we'll talk about that later in terms of cross-sharing. But this is very important for local businesses, for you to be able to engage with businesses around you, as well as networking and getting referrals and all that good stuff. So when setting up your business page, you know, make sure you add as much information as you can, such as when, you know, your email, your website, all that good stuff. It's important to, you know, keep your profile picture updated. You know, headshots are great, but, you know, maybe change things up a little bit from time to time. And then as well as your cover photo. For our RE/MAX Realty Center agents that are in here, I do post seasonal cover photos to our Facebook group that people are able to use and for you to be able to update and edit your cover photo. While this does maybe seem a little bit basic, it's really important to kind of keep your brand updated. You want to be able to share and interact with people as much as you can. People love pictures, and you're more likely to get engagement when your page looks like it's being updated and kept up. So I'm going to show you the RE/MAX Realty Center page just as an example. So this is our page. This is what you're going to see as the business owner. So this is going to be your basic dashboard. You can create posts here. It gives you the option to boost posts via Instagram and on Facebook. So you can, see what everything, has. It's available. There's a drop-down menu right here. You can change the tabs to what you utilize most, but this allows people to navigate your page. It's just the basics, but it's important to have all your information up there. This is your insights. Now, these are important to kind of keep track of once you get rolling with posts. You can see who you've reached, how many people you've reached, the engagements and likes. I will go over what all those words mean later. But getting back to, the about you and your business, maybe a mission statement or a quote that you have posted, throughout, your social media platforms or even your mailers. It's important to have that there. People want to know that who you are and, how active you might be, but it gives a background on you and your business, like I'd said before. So this has the people who have liked your page, the people who follow you, and the people that have checked in. Now you can invite people to like your page. You can invite people to follow your page. And this is all people that you are already connected with on your personal account. So these are friends, these are your sphere. You want to make sure people know that you do have a business page. While we are going to try to post more than just business on your business page, you want maximum exposure to your, to your business beyond just your sphere of people that might be checking out or shopping around for a real estate agent. Add your website. All of our RE/MAX Realty Center agents do have Bouge websites. If you need help setting those up, again, I'm here for that as well. But because COVID happened and all that stuff, people are looking at you through social media and Googling you more because they're less likely to meet you in person. When people search you, they want to see that you're there, you're available, that they can reach out to you, and all that good stuff. You can include your email. So with Facebook, because you are a real estate agent, you have to specify that when you create your page. This goes into some of the fair housing laws and all that stuff. Facebook monitors it differently. So going into that, you want to make sure that you are following all the Facebook guidelines in terms of getting ready. And when you do post, homes and listings, I'll touch on that a little bit later, but just be mindful of how you're sharing and what you're posting. When you do tag your business page, people can see that aren't necessarily your friend. Be mindful again of what you're sharing and what you're posting. It's important to kind of, go about that in a manner that stuff lives on the internet forever. And, I might be visiting your page, but I can also see what you may have commented on Larry Hogan's Facebook post too. Just keep that in mind. This is going to kind of go over again what we had touched on with who's following you, who's liking your page. You want maximum exposure, filling out all of the information. It's going to work in your benefit. I would recommend coming up with, a mission statement or something like that you can brand your content with. Going into, people seeing your Facebook and, clients that you might have, ask them to leave you a review or a recommendation. Facebook kind of changed this up so that you are able to leave reviews and recommendations, but the formatting's, a little bit different. I'll pull up ours right now. So this has people can leave comments. They recommend you to others. This is good. I would keep on top of this as well. And, some people have follow-up emails that they are sending their clients. Send them an email. It's like, hey, check out my Facebook page. Or when you come in for settlement, be sure to check in that you're with, you're with me here at RE/MAX Realty Center, signing your papers. You just, got a new home, all that stuff. So it shows people that, you have you are having people, come in and interact with you and all that good stuff. Be sure to respond to these as well. I do think that's important to say thank you for leaving me a review. It's just a basic engagement. People like to feel appreciated. They are, going to leave you a review. So it's like, thanks so much for reaching out. Just basic stuff like that can kind of help keep up your online presence because you are interacting with your audience. So we're going to go really quickly into content. So, your business page is going to be meant for your new listings, all that good stuff, but it goes beyond that. You can cross share. That's become a big thing where you don't want it just to be business. You want people to, realize that you are a real person. It goes beyond real estate. They want to get to know you. This is a very personal field. So sharing a little bit more about yourself, I think, is great. And maybe if you're just starting with your Facebook business page, upload a little bit of a bio about yourself. My name's Rachel. I've been in marketing for X, Y, and Z amount of years. I grew up in the only area. I went to high school here locally, so on and so forth. It makes you a little bit more tangible to people. So there's a lot of different aspects when it comes to content. When you take a step back, you are able to post pictures and videos, but it goes beyond that. It goes you interacting with people. You want to like other people's posts through your business page and your personal page, no matter, what it is. This shows that, you are liking, you're interacting, you're present online. If people need to reach you, you're there for questions or anything like that. Just congratulations are a way to go. Little things go a long way. You're not just liking someone's post and kept scrolling, you're going to comment. This office here is really amazing with that. Everyone likes, comments, and congratulates on posts, which is fantastic. This gets your views up on your profile as well. Like I can see Gay commented on Ellen's post and I follow Gay. I might not follow Ellen, but I can see that Gay comment on Ellen and that, leads me to Ellen's page and she's a RE/MAX Realty Center agent. Again, be mindful of what you're putting online in terms of content and how you're interacting online in terms of content. Stay true to yourself, but there's stuff lives online forever. Kind of monitor what you're doing, especially if you do have that Facebook business page attached to your personal page. Some people like to get a little bit more personal than others. And again, it's a preference you may or may not have, but cross-sharing a little bit to your business page, to your personal page and vice versa is going to be really great for getting people to get to know you and see that you're not just all business. And when you are posting, it helps to be a little bit more consistent. I will also be sending out a planner. You can go through, what you might want to include, the major holidays, all that good stuff for you to be able to post. And, be consistent with that, have a certain day of the week that you're going to post, state of the market, like Joe does his state of the market stuff, or I'm sorry, Cup of Joe stuff on Tuesdays. He does post that. Mac posts his content really consistently and does a great job with that as well. And, he's consistent, he's engaging, and also, quality over quantity. You're going to want to make sure you're posting stuff that means something to you. We do have a lot of people who use Keeping Current Matters. That's all great information, but maybe add a caption to that when you decide to post it. A little bit about how you see this information or how it pertains to you and your business. Make things personable. And if you are going to use someone else's content, make sure you credit them. It's not, you need to personalize it, but make sure you're not stealing someone else's ideas in terms of stuff like that. So let's go into creating basic posts. I'm actually going to take a second. Does anybody have any immediate questions or comments about creating content, using your business page, and then interacting with others?
Nope.
All right, I'll keep rolling. So I included screenshots here from the RE/MAX Realty Center page and my own personal page. So when you go to post, this is what you're going to see. Typically, I'm sure everyone here has made a Facebook post before. It gives you all these options. So I'll go into boosting posts later, but make sure when you are posting on your business page, it's to the public. If you see where my mouse is right here, it has a little globe. Make sure that you are making this information public, especially if it's something like a new listing or, business information. so other people can see that might not necessarily be in your sphere or who have liked your page or anything like that. So this content is available for everybody to look at. And when you post on your personal page and you want it to be public as well, you can choose these options here. You want to make certain things public, especially if you're sharing stuff about your business. So mine is only on my friends. You know, I don't have a business page. My Facebook page is pretty private. It's, you know, family and college and high school. But if I were to, you know, start business posting, public is great. You know, you want everyone to be able to access all this information. So when you post pictures, Facebook does have a setup where if you post 3 pictures, you're going to have a larger image at the top of your screen. Make sure that image is something that's eye-catching. Joe touches on this too as well. You want to make sure these images are grabbing and engaging. You don't have to photo dump like 35 pictures of your listings. You know, maybe include 3 or 4, and then be like, if you want more images and pictures, you know, here's my website, or here's how you contact me. Be mindful of what you're putting out there. You don't want too much all at once. So then when we go into posting videos, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. When you decide to post videos, it is very important that you're going to upload a native video. This is going to allow the video to roll through as you are scrolling through your page. It's not a link people have to click. People don't have to stop and pause it. You're going to get a lot more interaction uploading a native video. Depending on what the video is, you can download it to your computer as an MP4 and upload it that way, and it should start rolling right away. Again, this is stuff you might have a little bit of a difficulty with in the beginning, but I'm here to help, obviously. You're going to want to, you know, make sure that your video is ready to roll. It takes a little bit on Facebook to load depending on how long the video is, but you will get an update from Facebook when you are posting that your video is ready to view, and you can go back and view it. So again, it's very different on different social media platforms. This is solely just for Facebook to download native videos via an MP4. But its videos are typically in your files and all that good stuff. I'll show you on my computer if I want to file and open a file. This is my desktop. I'm going to search MP4. Once it searches, for my downloads, maybe 1 second.
I think it's dot, and when you go asterisk dot MP4.
All right, well, my computer doesn't seem to be agreeing with me. So that's kind of how you do it. It should pop up right away. It might have the blue, it's like a blue circle and arrow that comes up if the video is not completely loaded. Be patient with your stuff. You don't have to refresh all the time. Stuff just takes a minute, especially if you have lots of tabs open and all that good stuff. Going back to posting pictures, you are able to edit your posts once they are out there, not after you boost them, not after you put them in an advertisement, but you can go back and fix your spelling or add an additional picture, add a different picture. I've experienced this a lot because my spelling does need some work. I'll show you on our Facebook page as well. So if I want to go into our posts and edit a post, let me move my screen really quick. I can go right here, click these little dots and edit the post. Editing it, you can change the caption, you can add more pictures, you can change the layout. You can also do this on your phone. On your phone, it's going to give you options for the way you want the photos to be laid out as well. You are not able to do this on your desktop. I know that sounds funky. It's just kind of how Facebook has decided their app's going to work versus their desktop. But like I was saying, majority of people do access Facebook via their phone. So again, keep that in mind. You have all this stuff. You can pin things to the top of your page as well. So you can create your bio, post your bio, and then pin that to the top of your page. And that's going to be the first thing people see when they're pulling up your Facebook business page. And I think something like that would be really great, especially if you're trying to, you know, meet new clients, new people, and interact that way. So we're going to go into a little bit of definitions here. I know this might seem a little silly, but it's kind of important to monitor your engagement, your reach, and then paid reach versus organic reach and all that good stuff. So Engagement, you can see how people like or comment on your post. That's pretty basic. So when you post and you are the business owner of the page, I can see who has been reached on our post and their engagement. So we have 1 like, so we have 1 engagement. Reach is a little bit different. Reach is the number of people who have seen your content. They might not have interacted with it or clicked on it, but they did see it. It did come on their screen. So organic reach is unpaid reach, basically. It's people who are seeing your stuff without you boosting it or making an advertisement. Depending on your sphere and how people interact, you might have really great organic reach, and some posts do a little bit better than others. It's just the nature of the beast, but you can boost your post. Boosting your post takes a little bit of time too, but you can specify where you want your post boosted to in terms of who is seeing it. I'll go over that in just a little bit. Now going down to creating posts and when people are interacting with posts. So this is pretty new, 6 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. I got this information off Hootsuite as well. So keep in mind when you do post and the time you do post. Granted, you might have a little bit of action after work and stuff like that. But on Facebook, this is a typical time people are accessing it. Twitter's different, Instagram's different. This is just for Facebook. And that's a little bit difficult sometimes to decide when to post, but when you are posting, again, make sure that you are posting content that allows people to interact with you. You're not just posting some link and leaving it just like that. You're adding to your content. You're making something that someone wants to engage with or comment on and say, wow, that's a crazy statistic, or congratulations, or this, kitchen in this new house looks fantastic. So this is going to go into page views and impressions. So this is just for your business page. You're not going to see this on your regular personal account. So you can monitor how often your Facebook business page has been viewed, and then the number of impressions that people have had on your Facebook page. A lot of these definitions coincide with each other, but you're able to monitor all of it via your dashboard on your Facebook business page. And this is all going to be under your insights. Insights is a great tool to use to be able to look at what time people are viewing your Facebook posts, who's viewing your Facebook posts, how are people reaching your Facebook page. There's a ton of graphs in it and information under insights. Ad Center is also a great tool to use when you're at that step of creating your own ads. And this kind of goes along with it. It's a great way for you to monitor your stuff. You can change the dates as well. So if we go into Ad Center really quickly, I just want to be able to show you guys that when you do decide to post an ad, the same kind of insights are available. You can create an ad, the days, who you want it to reach, the amount of money you want to spend on it. It's user-friendly enough, but just paying attention to what you're posting and making sure you're following all the guidelines Facebook is going to prompt you to accept. I'll show you a quick example just with boosting basic posts. You can boost posts as you post them, or you can boost them after the fact. So you can choose who you're targeting. There's the age. You can make this in a certain mile radius as well. Mike and I looked at that the other week. It's a great tool to use, especially if you're targeting neighborhoods. You have a new listing in a certain neighborhood and you want to be able to reach those people who have Facebook. You can change that on here as well. And the same thing goes with ads. So when you do decide to boost your post, you can add a button to the boosted post, and this is going to give them the option to message you right off the ad. They don't have to go to your profile or anything like that. They can message you straight from the boosted post. Now, it's important to click this last button. It's a special ad category, and it's going to go under housing. Facebook will not approve your boosted post unless you have this clicked. Again, they've changed a lot of the stuff that's going on. You can learn more if you want to when you decide to boost a post. It's all going to be there. Just make sure you're mindful, again, of what you're posting, how you're posting it, and sharing it. Facebook will remove your boost, suspend your ability to boost, suspend your ability to create ads. And from my experience, it's a little tricky to reach Facebook to try to rectify that situation. So again, if you don't have to get in that situation, that's great. So we're going to go into using Facebook on your mobile device, but let me pause really quick. Does anybody have any questions or comments or any of their experiences, anything they'd like to share? All right.
Yeah,
So
Rachel,
I'm sorry,
uh,
Matt, go ahead.
I just want to say for anybody out there who isn't very active and all that other stuff on Facebook, and I'm no guru, I'm not ultra savvy, I don't have tens of thousands of followers or anything like that, but just don't overcomplicate it. Just, kind of like Rachel's saying, just be consistent. If it's, if you say I'm going to post, I don't know, 3-4 days a week, just kind of stick to it. Once again, don't overthink it because it doesn't really, it's not very complicated. Put a picture up there, a quick comment, drop it in there. Rachel is kind of dead on. Put it out there when people are looking at the app first thing in the morning, lunchtime, and after work. And just do it. I don't know. Can't hurt you. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Mac. And he's absolutely right. Stuff doesn't need to be like pristine or anything like that, but make sure there's meaning behind your post. And, people want to see natural and like the real you, as cliche as that might sound. Your listing pictures are, you're getting them from different people, and those are, typically higher quality from what I've seen. But just going into posting like personal stuff or just sharing things with your audience, your business and your personal page, be authentic, be organic. Everybody, goes through the same, well, not the same stuff, but, people want you to be relatable. So that kind of touches on this. Stories give you a great way to be, again, a little bit more engaging. You are only able to do stories on your phone. This is not for your desktop. So it's for those of you who use Instagram, it's similar to Instagram stories. They only last 24 hours. There's a ton of stickers and like filters and all that kind of fun stuff you can use to customize it. If you do use stickers, there is a real estate category and you can find, for sale signs there, little things like that. And this is, people can swipe up and comment and interact with you on your stories. It gives you a chance to be, again, a little bit more natural. You don't have to plan your stories, but it's nice to have them up there a couple times a week. Maybe if you want to do a quick little video of your listing without going live on Facebook, you can add it to your story. So you can share your stories from your Instagram to your Facebook. I will go over that in a minute. But again, be mindful the audience is a little different in terms of the content you're creating. And then if you have multiple accounts, make sure you are posting to the right account. So this is what normally it looks like on your mobile device. And everyone's got some kind of smartphone, I think. The screen's kind of small. So again, people are accessing Facebook on their phones. Make sure you can see your content clear enough that way too. So this is going to hop into sharing from Instagram to Facebook if you do have an Instagram. This is just an example from my phone on the Remax account. If you switch this little button, you can share it to Facebook. There are a couple finicky things when it comes to sharing. You're going to want to make sure that you're sharing to the right Facebook page, and that your Facebook settings are adjusted so that you can access Facebook via Instagram. It's all under your settings. If that's kind of a whole nother walkthrough. If you need anything, please feel free to give me a ring. So this is what it's going to look like, and it'll post from Instagram to Facebook. Now, again, keep in mind stuff does show up differently. If you want to kind of play around with how things are going to look on Instagram via Facebook, go for it. You can delete your post after posting it. I know that might sound a little funny, but it might help you get acclimated to both mediums better. And then this is kind of how you get into sharing to other apps. So you're going to go to your account. You're going to go into it's all under your settings for your Instagram. To like syncing. So then you're going to sync to Facebook. You can switch these things on and off. You don't, every time you post on Instagram, you don't have to post to Facebook. But there's a few things that, you might want to post to both. So just keep that in mind as another medium to give you more content for your Facebook page, both for your business and your personal. Again, sharing from Instagram, because Instagram can be a little bit more of a different audience. Share personal stuff. I'll say that time and time again, that I think it's important to cross share on your business and your personal page a little bit so people know who you are and can engage with you better. And then we're going to go to using Boosh. So I have an example up here, and it's going to be, this is Lavina's. So those of you who are using Boosh, it's all under Remax. That's, I'm here to help with this as well. You're going to add a social media block and then copy and paste your Facebook page on to your Boosh. It's quick and easy, and then it's going to display on your feed. Going into that, again, be mindful of what you're posting on your Boosh website. This is your business website. It is your business card online, basically. When you're creating content, people are going to see that from your Facebook. It's going to sync to your Boosh automatically. I can see your whole, Facebook business page newsfeed, which is great, especially if you're posting things like keeping current matters and all that good stuff. But like I said, keep in mind that people are going to see this, and keep in mind of what you're posting. So I'm going to take a minute and revisit content really quick, like Mac had touched on. If you guys need content ideas, there are so many different ways to kind of go about that. There are platforms like Keeping Current Matters that will post automatically for you, but there's also, small real estate blogs that you might want to follow on your Facebook or Instagram or your LinkedIn that you can get content ideas from. It goes just beyond listing photos and all that good stuff. It's creating a page where people want to engage with you. So that being said, I just talked for 40 minutes. I want to open things up to see if anybody has any questions or comments about Facebook, their business page, or anything like that. I would love to be a resource for all of you, but then, like Mac did, if you guys have any tips or tricks for people that are just kind of learning and getting started, I'd love to hear those as well.
If anybody has any good sites to get, like, stock photos of real estate, pictures, homes, whatever, put that in also if they want to. I mean, if they would. Remaxes are kind of, I don't know, just kind of generic on their Remax site, that you can take from them. But, I do look when I post so that I don't steal a photo that's not allowed to be stolen. I do search for free photos, and it says if it's licensed or not now. So that's pretty good too,
Yeah.
or it won't allow you to download it.
So to piggyback on that, Adobe's really great. If those of you who might have Adobe might not, they have great stock photos, and so does Canva, all for free. I know a lot of people in this office like to use Canva as well. You are able to get a lot of cool photos that way. And Canva also does have a resizing option that you can resize things to fit an Instagram post or a Facebook post. Heather is also right. PhotoFi is an awesome thing for you to utilize. We have a brokerage PhotoFi as well. I'd be more than happy to share that information to you too. It's fun to play with. You can post right from PhotoFi. You can brand it to Remax Realty Center, or maybe Mary Sloan from Remax Realty Center, stuff like that. And I can include that too in, other resources that we might have. But stock photos are, important. You can brand them, you can do what you need to. But when creating your Facebook business page, maybe think about as a cover photo, pick a photo from some of your listings. It's a great thing to be able to tell your clients that, hey, your kitchen's featured on my Facebook business page. And you can see the same thing about your website if you're utilizing Boosh. From the people I've worked with already, I use a lot of their listing photos on their Boosh website. And it's a great way to, show people you're putting their place out there and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I do take pictures of, homes that we've sold before. And people have asked me, can I steal this picture? Sure.
Well, there you go. And just, I know I kind of brushed the very surface of everything. Facebook does have a lot of really awesome resources for you to use through their business part. I'll click and show everyone really quick. Oh, if I can find it. Just a second. Oops. I don't know where that is, but so it's like accessible via, I don't know why I can't move it. I feel silly right now, but it's accessible on Facebook. Like you can get to, get to it via Google, and this is going to give you like the Facebook business suite. It's going to give you the rundown on everything. They do have classes, and all that good stuff. So this is your Facebook business suite that you can access via Google. And this is a more in-depth way to look at what you're posting and everything like that. Like this is our reach. We're up 29%, which is great. And all that good stuff. It gives you kind of updates on privacy and all that good stuff. But all those resources are there, and I'd be more than happy to help you access those when you need it. Does anybody have any additional questions or comments? Anything like that? All right. Well, thank you all very much. If you do need anything, I think everyone on here right now is a RE/MAX agent. Please feel free to call me, email me, anything like that. I'd love to kind of help you get everything situated. Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
Of course. Thanks, Gay.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, thank you.
Mhm.
Go check with her and see.